Hello all, my name is Kate and welcome to my channel. You're watching Bags of Love. Okay, today I was tagged by Andrea at AKB Bags to do the 5 bags that trigger emotion. So let's go with this tag. All right. Oh, by the way, the originator was Mrs. I think DLC. Is it DLC? Yeah. Okay, so let's get started with these 5 bags that trigger emotion. First bag, my dooneyandbourke Smith bag. This will always trigger an emotion. This is my very first designer bag. I fell in love with this bag. I stalked her for like a year. I'm on QVC and I finally purchased her. So I'll never forget because this was my first bag. To me, it was very emotional. No matter how many bags I purchase, this bag is what got me started. Again, it's the Smith bag, which is a huge bag in the color chestnut, Florentine leather. Okay, my second bag would be my Tilly. Now, this has a little bit of a story. When my daughter, my granddaughter, during the summer when she was in school, would come and she would live with me for a couple months. And she went with me to Coach Outlet, I think, a couple times. But this trip, we went and checking for bags, and I noticed a Tilly. I'm like, And I was going to purchase this bag with the flap in black. Because, you know, I'm always afraid of getting dirty. Well, my granddaughter, Jessica, she insisted, Grandma, you got so many dark bags. So many dark bags. Why don't you get it in white? I said, white? Me? A white bag? I do have another white bag. But me? A white bag? I said, Jess, I'll get stuff all over it. Every place that's white, you know I'll get stuff on it. She says, no, come on, Grandma, come on, get something that's brighter, not all those dark bags. Luckily, this has the coated canvas or cotton, whatever, in the back, so you don't really have to worry about transfer. I mean, I guess you would here, but I never had an issue. And she turned out to be one of my favorite bags. On my own, if she wasn't with me, I would have never bought the Tilly with the white flap, which I think it's called chalk, and the sides are chalk. I would have purchased the black one. So this reminds me of the trip with my granddaughter to the Coach Outlet, and she talked me into this bag. Okay, next one would be my Red Domed Satchel. I did a video on her this morning. I don't know if you've seen the video. It was a cry for help video. Somehow, somewhere, I don't know when, ink got on the bottom of my bag. It's fading. Thank you so much for subscribers for giving me some suggestions. It's fading. But this bag, I could never, ever get rid of. Never would I. The story behind this bag is my daughter, Jen, my eldest, for I don't know if it was birthday or something, I can't remember what it was for, purchased this bag for me and gave it to me as a gift. And if you see the other video about the stain, it happened somewhere, I think it was in Maryland when we were there. And if anybody else has any other suggestions, go to the first video and pop in some comments of how to get rid of the stain, ink stain. Like I said, she's fading. It was really dark black when I started. Okay, before I did that video, I did so much to it. But now I'm letting her rest. I'm not going to do anything else to it and let it rest. So, I have videos out of bags that I can't say don't like, I don't gravitate to, which are 2 features that I usually stay away from. domed bags and handles that stand up all the time. So when my daughter got me this, the first thing I said to her, thank you so much, babe. It's a beautiful bag. I know now you don't watch my videos. And she started laughing. She said, why? I said, just watch my videos. Two things I don't like about a bag: domed satchel and handle to stand up. But you know, this was forced love. It was actually, I guess, great that she got me this bag because I enjoy her. I only carry her like once or twice a year, maybe Valentine's and around the Christmas holidays when I go up to see her, my daughter, or something like that. I carry this. This is my only red bag I own. I used to have a fossil bag, but I gave that to my daughter. So this is my only red bag. And right now I'm struggling to get the ink off the bottom. But no matter what, ink or no ink, love this bag. And she is called the Red Dome. It's called the Red Domed Satchel. I guess you can find this in the secondhand market. I don't know. They might still have them on Dooney. I don't really know. It's got the white, like gingham material. And it came with the DBs. But see, this is what I have a problem with. I don't like dividing the handles. Can't you tell she hasn't been carried that much? She's so pristine and clean inside. Comes with the 3-part strap, the 2-part strap, I mean. Let me see. Yeah, this and this, so you can make it a shoulder, long shoulder, short shoulder. And of course, the key keeper, the standard Dooney stuff. I'm gonna get their lipstick on my handle. That would have been horrible. Slip pocket, zipper pocket. Let me get this away from my face. All right. So the Domed Satchel, that's the name of it in red. And you can see the Dooney and Bourke right there. And don't mind my nails. I just removed those press-ons because I'm going to a wedding next week and I want to get my hands to rest and put some other press-ons. Let me give you a glimpse of what I'm going to be wearing. Now, these are all messed up in this box. I took them out and already sized them for myself. But I'm wearing like an emerald green sweater with like sequins across it. So I thought these press-on nails would go great. I've been enjoying press-on nails. I don't think I'll ever get a manicure again. I absolutely need one. So anyway, there she is. A gift from my daughter. So this brings out the emotions. So I love it. Always stay in my collection. And when I'm gone, it gets passed down to my daughter and my granddaughter. All right, next bag. That would be the MK Jet Set Charm Medium Top Handle. Yes, I got all these written down. You know, especially that name. I never remember that. And I showcased this bag. Gorgeous. And the memory that this brings. My granddaughter Jess, well, she's in a video a while back, probably 4 or 5 years ago. She was staying with me. She used to come down in the summertime and stay about a month or two, sometimes 2.5 months. And that was great. I loved having her here. And she went shopping with me to Belks. And she seen this bag. I was looking around, you know. I usually don't go for MK, but recently, she seen this bag, and I was looking at a Dooney's and some other bags, you know, and even some Brahmin. And I'm like, nah, nothing really on discount, nothing on discount. So I started to walk away. And she says, Mom, you got to come see this bag. Again, my granddaughter, same one with the Tilly. And she said, you got to come see this bag. And I said, no, I'm just not going to buy any bags. I'm going, let's go. She goes, really, you got to see this bag. So she picked it up and she brought it to me. And I went, that's not something I normally would carry, Jess. She says, I know, but isn't it beautiful? Long story short, she's in my collection. And she is beautiful. This bag will never leave my collection, but it will be handed down to my granddaughter. So if you're watching this video 20 years from now, Jess, here you go. And hand it down to your daughter and granddaughter, and so on and so on. So, and also, between the Tilly and this bag, I think was the last season my granddaughter stayed with me, because she graduated high school. She now has a baby of her own. And she doesn't stay with grandma anymore. She might come down and visit for a week here and there, but no more me and Jess shopping together. That's pretty much came to a standstill. So the memories of me and my granddaughter with the purchases of these 2 bags, which she was instrumental into, I wouldn't have bought them without her. I am so glad they're in my collection. Okay, so that's been 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th bag would be, what did I do with it? What is it? The North-South Reese bag, or just call it a saddle bag. I showcased this one already. I will never forget my niece. My niece, her name's Kelly. Her and her husband was at an auction one day. They were into livestock. They had a farm and stuff in Tennessee. And for some reason, somebody was selling handbags at an auction. And she seen this bag come up at the auction. And she said, you know, I got to get that. I got to get that for my aunt. She loves Dooney and Bourke. So this was given to me by my niece that was thinking about me at an auction. And she's a beautiful bag, very soft bag. Like I said, she's in one of my videos I just did recently. It's the North-South Reese bag, which I just call a saddle bag. Okay. Now, that's my 5 bags. I have an honorable mention. And this brings a very good emotion. One time, I think it's when my granddaughter, she's already left. I think my husband took me to coach. I don't remember the exact details. Getting older. That's when I purchased this jade messenger bag, which everybody who watches me knows this is like one of my number one favorite bags. Story behind this is, when I went there, I was looking for a bag. If they were showing me Rogues and stuff like that, and I'm like, nah, I can't deal with the handles. Would never say never. I couldn't deal with the handles the way it was, the way the design was. And I looked at other things, and I looked at other bags. They kept on bringing this out and this bag. And I said, no. I said, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Those bags don't do anything for me, or I don't want them. So the associate said, I have a bag in the back that they were out of stock except for this one bag. I think they weren't being sold anymore at the time. And it was kind of just collecting dust pretty much, she said. It was just, this might be something you might like. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she went in the back and she pulled out, this wasn't wrapped or anything, so this must have been like a bag that was just, you know, in the store, you know. Was the messenger bag, the jade messenger bag. And I just looked at it and I went, I like that braid here. I like the big Coach emblem there. And it has a zipper in the back for cell phone. It's got that like oxblood color, like lining, and has the gold. I like gold. And I looked inside of her. Crossbody bag. You don't have the crossbody strap or shoulder. And she's just so beautiful inside. So I said, yeah, she really does look good. But let me just carry her around. So the rest of the time I was in coach, I had her on my shoulder. I just kept carrying her and looking at this bag, trying this bag on, putting this one down, trying this bag on, put this one down. And then I just kind of felt like, She's like a little orphan. Like, nobody wanted her. But yet she was gorgeous. She's got the embossed, like the, what's it called? The buffalo embossed leather, pebble leather, smooth leather. She's a mixture of like 3 types of leather. So when I was getting ready to leave, I looked at her one more time. I said, come on, you're coming home with me. So I adopted a bag it seemed like nobody wanted. I had to take her in. I had to take her in. And now, not now, but for years, she has been my favorite, my favorite. So the emotion with this was, I didn't want her at first. And now she's like my #1 bag. And I felt like I had to go home with her. I had to give her a home. It sounds corny, but yeah, I had to give her a home. Now, I would never, ever, if all my collection was gone, if I had to leave this house in an emergency, this bag and my Smith bag, many others, but this bag would definitely go. I can't say enough about her. Anyway, she pulls a lot of emotions from me. It was as if this bag said, picked me and said, take me home. So anyway, that's my 5 bags that trigger my emotion, that have triggered emotions for me. And the 6th bag, which is an honorable mention, because I've talked about her before, so, you know, many times. So it's a tag video, but I don't think I'm going to tag anybody below. I think I'm going to leave this an open tag, because so many people I looked at have already been tagged for this video, or already done this video. So if you want to do this video, by all means, please, and tag me. And I think I said the owner of this tag here was Mrs.DLC, and AKB Bags was the one who tagged me, but I'm leaving it open-ended. And I hope to see people do this tag if you haven't already. So that's it for me. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye for now. Until the next video.